Scenario 3, lots of different ideas here. Most people though chose to play black rather than blue. Here's one idea. One idea was to rush blue to the southern boundary like so. Then with your croquet shot, a split shot, sending blue to hoop 5 and black in a position close for an easy roquet on yellow. Just a tap, maybe taking a bit further in front of the hoop if you could. But then from there, a thick takeoff, again putting yellow closer to hoop 3, taking off down to close to red, easy roquet, croquet north of the hoop, hoop approach, run your hoop, and you've set up a break. So that was one idea. Most people though who chose to play black decided to load hoop 4 with blue. Again, in one of two ways. One, the same as the previous, driving blue to the boundary with black. Then a roll shot, equal rolls to get in a position close to yellow. Either to rush it somewhere or just to tap it and take off. Now I'm going to go back and explain another way that people decided to load hoop 4 with blue. Some people decided not to drive blue to the border, but just to cut it slightly to maybe here, and then it was a simple stop shot to load hoop 4, getting in a nice position either to rush yellow where you wanted it or to tap it, as we said before. Okay, so let's go on from there. For those people who decided to take off from yellow, maybe you might take off from this side, the option was to come down again to red, and then the rest follows to make the hoop, and you've got a break going. For those people who wanted to rush yellow somewhere, there was a choice. I think people came up with 3 different options. One was to rush yellow towards the middle to make it a pivot ball, take off from yellow close to red, and the same story to run the hoop. Other people, having got in a position to rush yellow, decided to maybe rush it to about here. Then your croquet shot was to load hoop 6, getting in a position nice and close to red to continue off, making the hoop and continuing your break. Or, a third alternative. Some people who decided that they wanted to rush yellow, decided they wanted to rush yellow to the northern boundary, say here. And from that position, the croquet shot was to rush it, croquet it towards the peg as a pivot ball, getting in a position close to red, ready for your easy tap and to make the hoop. So I think that covers all the options that people had for playing black. There's 1 or 2 people who also said you could play blue. Suggesting that you would just roquet black with blue, knocking it about a yard further on. From there, perhaps a fairly difficult stop shot, but to load hoop 6 with black, blue getting in a position for a rush in front of hoop 4, ready to make the hoop and continue with a 3-ball break. I think that covers just about all the options that people suggested.